Here comes the nasty gram.
Send a priest to save my soul, forget it.
Welcome back to the Nasty Gram RPG podcast. This is Cyberpunk Red Rising, Episode 2, Data Breach.
Feeling it too hard is the poison to the heart of a cynic.
A large, tan-skinned man is standing under a flickering fluorescent light in front of a workbench. His hands mechanically disassembling a Budget Arms PKM, his eyes staring forward at a blank gray wall. As the light flickers in his eye, you can see the ghost image of messages scrolling through his agent. This must be about that new job. Alias, Mister. Not much in descriptions. Yes. Oh, okay. It seems to be highly excitable. Could be the chrome, but his diet of sugar and caffeine that's not healthy. Avid collector, nostalgia from the late 1900s and early 2000s. Seems to twitch. Says he calls it dancing with his partners, Jane and Fonda. It's a reference to a 80s actress. Don't think he knows it's one person, though. Zoot Suits. Oh, it's going to be something that stands out. Dangerous. Killed a lot. Gangs, initiations. I can see that. Oh, there's another message.
I want to ask you first, Surat specifically, what instance or personal experience did your character go through, maybe with a corporation, that catalyzed him to become an edge runner? What was the moment that made you pick up a spray can and become political instead of just an artist?
Surat comes from the slums. He has lived his whole life kind of under the thumb of the corporations, seen how it kind of, the meat grinder that is kind of his people just be kind of chewed up and spit out by the machine. But what made him become an edge runner? Flashback, we see Surat standing on top of a skyscraper, wearing all black. He pulls a face mask down to cover his face, and then he runs and he jumps off the building. We see the tether tighten. He kind of slides down the building and then stops. And then he pulls out 2 cans of spray paint and he starts painting over the side of the Biotechnica sign on this enormous skyscraper. As he's painting, we see kind of time goes by. He's just putting dots everywhere. Dot here, different colors. And imagine a time lapse. Hours are going by. Those dots start to, from a distance, form what looks like an image. But then we see him stop. He looks in a window. He sees this big motherfucker who clearly is not a corporate person, with another smaller guy trying to hack into a door. He just goes, keeps going. More time passes. A little while later, he's spray painting on a window. He sees gunfire inside. He sees this guy pick up a desk, throw it at these 2 guards, smash through them, and make their way into this laboratory. Says, not my problem. Goes back to working. Almost done with his mural now. We see that he has turned the Biotechnica sign into what looks like almost religious iconography. And he gets to one more window, and he sees Mister, surrounded by guards. his hacker friend dead on the floor next to him. Ah, fuck. He swings back and forth, builds up some momentum, and then swings wide away from the building and then smashes into the glass. He says, "You need an out?" "Fuck yeah!" Bullets start flying. Mister dives out the window, grabs Surratt's hand, and he grabs him, brings him to the roof, and says, "So what do you do?" And we fade out.
What was it that brought him to that life in the first place? What event brought him away from, that mild-mannered life into one of an edge runner?
It was always Switch and his brother, Bugbear, even when he was young. And the two of them are in an apartment that looks very similar to the one that Switch lives in now. It's like the third floor, nice windows that look outside. And there's knocking on the door. It's like real estate corpos buy and sell and rent. Cloud9 Hospitality. And they're knocking at the door because they just bought the building. It's not the first time they've come to the door, but this time other people have already been moving out and been forcibly removed from their home. Switch just says, "Don't answer it." Bugbear says, "Shouldn't we go? I mean, there's other places for us." No, this is home. We're not going anywhere." And then Switch looks outside. He's on that little pad where he does his net running. At this point in his life, playing a lot of video games and just breaking into programs he shouldn't be in. And he looks outside, and there's a van, like one of those combat cabs, and a bunch of guys get out. Says, "We're not going anywhere." And then soon you hear loud voices, you hear shouting, and then gunfire right outside the building, or right outside the door. And then there's another knock on the door. And this time Switch gets up and he answers the door. And there's three guys in suits with some corpo-like high-end weaponry and body armor. He says, "Smart kid, took the deal." And then one of them extends his hand, and Switch takes out a little flash drive from his pocket and puts it in his hand, and they leave. Closes the door.
What was that moment for Yuri? What was that moment that made him end up in that caravan, or what ended up making him leave the office job and pick up a rifle, or what were those events? What was that interaction like?
We're driving down the road past a couple burnt out buildings. One of them says as like a broken down sign, kind of piecemeal, an Arasaka Secondary School. And Yuri fishes around his pack and pulls out a charred physical photo of his mother and father, and thinks back to that day after the nuke had gone off, and he had evacuated, the school had evacuated to a safer place with all the children. He was pulled out of class by Arasaka suits and sat down. He was 12 at the time, and they say to him, "We understand your mother and father, Hanaka Stepanov and Dmitry Stepanov." And Yuri nods, kind of looking down and ashamed. And he says, "Unfortunately, they both were lost in the terrorist attack. Sorry for your loss, but here, we'll go over what next steps there are." And another man in a suit sits down in front of him, opens a briefcase and shuffles out some papers and goes through life insurance policy, Arasaka life insurance policy for Dmitry and Hanaka Stepanov. Clearly states that any death caused by some outside force, a terrorist attack, does not allow coverage for their death. So unfortunately, we will not be able to pay that out. And because your mother and father are no longer employed by the Arasaka Corporation, I'm afraid we'll have to remove you from the primary school as well. And Yuri looks up. He says, where am I going to go? And she says, I'm sorry, son. You'll have to make your own way. And Yuri says, well, at least, do you have their bodies, their remains? And the suit kind of coughs and shuffles some more papers, and he goes, well, your mother and father were both part of the research team, and as such, they had restricted material installed within them, so their bodies and remains are property of the Arasaka Corporation. So unfortunately, we will not be able to release those as well. And Yuri says, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And he says, I'm sorry, son. That's the best I can do. And Yuri gets up, slams his fist on the table, and the teacher says, I think they found this in the office. And he slides this charred picture of that was on the desk of his father, of the family, over to Yuri. And Yuri grabs it and says, thanks fuck for this, and storms out of the building. Kind of fades forward a couple years. He's made his way out into the outskirts and met up with the Aldecaro, and he's doing a job for them in the city. And it's in a busy part of town, a lot of advertisements, and through a bunch of people, he thinks he sees his mother's face, and he runs through. This is 10 years after, and runs through the crowd, pushing people away, and then he stops, and in front of him is an Arasaka advertisement for a companion application that's using his mother's likeness as part of their ad campaign.
Mr. What brought you here in the first place? How'd you end up launching headfirst into the darkness? What corporation abused you?
Flashback to Mr. as a child, probably 8, 9, 10 years old. Used to be called a latchkey kid, but probably now a keypad kid. Never really knew his mom. She died. Dad always said she got hit by a city bus or something like that. Wasn't really sure, but he was a corporate man, worked for the company, and would usually be left home to watch movies, TV, play video games, vids, and began idolizing like the action heroes. He'd watch the news and he'd see edge runners and like the chaos that they would cause and the excitement people had, and like how people would whisper their names in the streets. Flash forward to late teens. His dad is in his late 60s, still working the corpo gig, and winds up having, working like 90 hours a week, has a heart attack. He's out of work for a couple of months. It's long enough that the corporations fire him, loses his job, loses his pension, doesn't know what to do, and winds up taken a step off the top of the building he used to work for, which is the biotech building that we saw in a different scene, Sir Rat rappelling down the sides of. You got a fucking problem?
He goes, what the fuck? And he swings it right at you. Why don't you everyone roll initiative?
Holy shit.
Everyone? All four of us?
Jake, why don't you just...
Meanwhile,
Yep.
Sir Rat goes into the stall next to the guy who's presumably taking a shit.
Yep.
Hangs his jacket up on the hook.
Touches his foot.
Stands on the toilet.
Yep.
And waits for that fight to start.
Okay.
So that it's loud. And then as soon as that happens, he jumps up on top of like the dividing wall and like jumps into the other guy's stall.
Oh my god. Okay. No initiative needed. You guys have a surprise round. Actually, Matt, he's swinging at you, but you were expecting it. So I'll still give you guys a surprise round. Why don't you go ahead and roll to attack?
So I guess it would just be unarmed. I don't have brass knuckles on, but actually, I
You
think
probably slipped them on. No?
no. I think as he's like, I mean, it'll be an attack, but I think depending on how I roll, but I think it would be less of an attack, and as the guy comes in to swing, he would like dodge out of the way and use that guy's momentum to just like shove him down into the trough or urinal or whatever they were using.
Okay. Why don't you? You can just make this an unarmed combat or unarmed attack, unless you want to actually grapple him.
Yeah, I think I probably would
Wanna
want to grapple him. Yeah.
Oh God! Now you've
Yeah,
made us
grapple
look up
rolls.
grapple rolls.
I got it right here.
Okay.
Special attack allows a combatant to grab onto and secure another combatant with a melee attack. Combatant can attempt to grapple an opponent as long as they have at least one hand free. Target of the grapple attempt must be within the attacker's reach. Grappling is an ability contest. The attacker makes a strength athletics check contested by the target's athletics or acrobatics. Target chooses which.
Okay.
If the attacker wins the contest, the defender is grappled. See condition. A combatant that has a target grappled can release the target on their turn as a free action. If the combatant that has a target grappled drags or carries the grappled target with them when they move, can take an action to attempt to escape, making the same check.
Yep.
The actual effects aren't listed here. I guess that's under conditions in Chapter 8.
Okay.
I think your speed is 0 if you're grappled.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
True.
So why don't we? You want to make a unarmed attack and see if you can start a grapple?
Yeah, that would be a 16.
You hit him. So what happens is he swings. You were ready for it. You duck down, still pissing.
Oh yeah.
And you take him at the waist and kind of shoulder tackle him back into the urinals.
Yes.
Okay. All right. You remember you have to go out in public after this. The two of you fall to the ground. Currently, do I have to make an opposed check now?
You make an opposed check to try to break out of the grapple, yeah. Well, when he rolls, you're supposed to roll, and
Okay.
he has to beat
I
you.
rolled a 6,
Okay.
so you have successfully grappled me. So on your next turn, you can choose what you want to do.
Okay.
Can you look up the conditions when you?
Yeah, can someone...
Or
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Do I have advantage against this guy?
Yes, you do.
All right. Didn't help. Does a 12 hit?
Yes, he is sitting on a toilet, taking a shit.
All right. Hold on. I'm good at punching stuff.
Okay.
I'm really good at punching stuff.
Bathroom brawler feat. Did you take that one?
All right. I land in front of this guy, and I'm actually using my class is essentially a monk. I didn't mention that before.
Okay.
So I'm basically doing flurry of blow. I do 33 damage to him.
Holy shit! Wow.
three punches.
You hit him once right in the chest, and a massive fart comes out as he is completely shocked by this, and his head slams into the back wall. You elbow him in his head, and you hear a crack. You think that
I want to kill him.
this guy is dead. He slumps over on the toilet
Oops! I take the badge.
and walk out of the stall. As
close
you
the stall.
walk out and close it behind you, you now see Mister grappled in combat in the urinal.
I wash my hands.
Okay, you're washing your hands. Back to Mister.
Mister is going to try to slam this guy's head against the side of the toilet to knock him unconscious.
Go ahead.
Yeah, grappled is just your speed 0.
Speed 0. Yep.
18.
You succeed. You got a 12.
What would the damage be for head on porcelain?
Improvised weapon.
Improvised weapon.
There's rules for
Is
that.
there really a rule for that?
Yeah.
100%. We would probably call that
Be a slam or
an object that is breakable or unbreakable.
call it unbreakable for now.
Yeah. So D8 bludgeoning.
7.
You smash his head into the was it a sink you were going for?
Whatever.
Urinal?
Yeah.
Urinal?
Is it a urinal or a trough that we're like
But
actually?
it is a trough, but so it's one of those metal troughs.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. It does not yield, but his head does. And
Sick.
the blood kind of mixes and with the urine and kind of washes down the drain as he lies there unconscious.
Mister will take the badge off of his chest, drag his body over to a stall, prop it up on a toilet.
It's really, really fuck the flow. Everyone's gonna be like, no, these guys have been taking forever in the stalls. I got shit.
Oh man. All right, let's cut there and go back to Yuri and Switch. Where are you guys at? What are you doing?
Yuri is climbing to the top, getting to one of the gantries where the light is shining down on the field, trying to get a position that can view the box that Goro's in.
Why don't you make some sort of check, either a stealth check or a climbing check? You're kind of, there is a mezzanine that you can walk along, so maybe not a climbing check. Why don't you just do stealth for me for now?
Am I just is this more climbing or am I trying to be quiet?
It's up to you. I mean, it's pretty loud in here. You're probably not too concerned that you're going to be heard.
Yeah.
More stealth to be unseen, like to make sure that you don't catch any light or that you're moving in a way that might be difficult for someone down below to see you, just in case there's any security here watching.
14.
Okay. You managed to wind your way through these kind of steel girders. As I said, there's a mezzanine that you can kind of walk narrowly along, and you begin to arrange yourself in a secure position. As Switch, you are now where?
We just see Switch standing on this platform, and he's looking up as it's rising. He has like headphones on, and one ear is out. He's looking up, and then he's listening to a song. He's bopping his head, and then it stops, and he walks off this elevator onto this upper platform. We see the people waiting in line outside the VIP room.
You're reminded now that you need to make VIP passes for the two of them.
And then there's just this anime cut. We just see him like walking along. And it's following his face super close up. He says, the problem with these badges is when they're open, they're really insecure. And as we see him walk, there's like a couple people that like pass by in the background. He says, "Oh well." He turns, he looks at his phone, and he clicks a couple of times.
You've cloned 3 different badges that you now have.
Okay.
You see the two of these guys walk out of the bathroom.
Wearing badges.
No, yes, wearing badges. You're right.
What's up?
Nice. He holds.
What took you so long?
He holds up his agent.
Man, if you're going to be an edge runner, you got to be faster. We were waiting for hours.
Hey, I got 3, and he slides.
Yeah, we got 2 in half the amount of fucking time.
It's been 10 minutes, Devin.
It's a numbers game, man. It's all a numbers game.
Just fuck.
You'll get there. Don't worry.
Listen, you keep fucking up. We're taking cut of your money.
Fucking up. I could hear the same time you did.
Bullshit.
Up in the rafters,
You stink.
Yuri lays his briefcase down and opens it, pulls a smoke grenade out, and goes back a little bit in the rafters to basically the one way to get into where he is, and ties a little trip wire connected to the smoke grenade.
Nice.
Goes back to his briefcase and starts assembling a sniper rifle.
Okay.
Mystery's right. You kind of smell like piss. I think that guy might have pissed on you a little bit.
Yeah, I think he fucking pissed on me too, the piece of shit.
As you guys are waiting in line, you're then waved through, and you can hear the security guard. He's like, "Who the fuck is Barry Silverstein?" He's trying to figure out who this famous person is because he remembers you from earlier, and you've got some no name, and he's just you can see him looking on his agent like he's just.
As I walk by, I'm say, "If you know, you know."
And now you guys are in this large VIP area. Again, it's got kind of nicer features than the rest of the Colosseum in terms of the bars, in terms of the company, and that there is a portion of it that is where you last saw Guru.
You hear click in your agent in position. I see you. I'm going to look for Guru through the scope.
Yeah, I say, you got eyes on Goro?
You see him, he's kind of set back from where the glass is. It looks like he's sitting with a number of other people. It looks like they're having dinner.
In a room over, to your left, that door, the second door on the left, there's a dining room. He's having dinner with people.
How many?
Can't tell. The window is only so big. I see at least 2 around him, maybe more.
How you guys want to do this?
I say we wait.
I roll my eyes.
You guys lack patience.
We're edge
You guys lack
runners.
patience.
No time for patience, and we don't know if we'll be alive tomorrow.
I'm also, as I look at at Agoro, I kind of flip back to them and kind of look around them to see if anyone's clocking them. Any
Most
security.
of the security is now focused on outside,
Yep.
not inside.
Yep.
So there are there's another 2 that are at the entrance where they came through, and then there's another 2 that are at the entrance to where Guru is sitting.
Yep.
But most of the security looks like it's assumed that if you got here,
You're
you're meant to be there.
Switch, can you get cameras in the room? Can you see how many people are in there so we know what the fuck we're walking into?
Switch is grabbing something from a tray that someone's walking by with.
Yeah, that's 5K less. Fuck.
Listen, you need this Guru guy to tell you where this facility is, right?
I mean, maybe. Or maybe we just get his agent and then you hack it and find out.
You can see Yuri. He's currently on his agent. It looks like he's looking down at it. He's got one that's on his wrist.
Yeah.
And you can see like kind of a small hollow vid that's popped up. And it looks like he's having a fairly animated discussion.
Do I see that he has 4 arms, or are the 2
do.
hidden? Okay.
You see one that's on the table, and you see another one
like,
that
tucked
has
around. Yeah.
that's tucked around. The third has food in it.
Yep.
Or excuse me, a drink in his hand. And then the fourth one is the one that has his agent that he's currently speaking to.
On his lower left arm, he has his agent. He's currently reviewing it.
Okay, so we take the arm, right?
We're going to have to get out of here in a hurry. I start looking around for quickest exit.
You see what you imagine to be a fire exit of some sort. It's got one of those push bars on it, but this place is sort of organic, for lack of a better word. You know that any construction that happened here was probably paid off. So you don't know exactly where it leads, but it's a way out.
Get down to the ground floor pretty quick. I look down. Either of you guys bring any rope?
What do you need rope for?
First rule of edge running, always bring rope, new guy.
Thanks. You're really going to try to take this guy's arm off?
Yeah, sure.
You got a better plan? I asked if you could get into
Love
cameras. You
one-shot
still haven't even done
characters.
that.
Chaos.
He must have some kind of other more stationary device. He's got the wrist unit.
Are you guys on open comms?
I
I think I'm just talking.
I'm just
Three of
talking.
us, yeah.
Yuri is also scanning that whole floor to see if this is his his box, and if he has an office.
You see one. There's like a row of rooms that you can see through because of where you're.
And they're all kind of facing out into the Colosseum.
Correct.
Yeah.
There is one at the far end that looks like a private entertainment area.
Yep.
He's not in it, but there is a terminal there.
Is it all the way? Is it the same direction he is, or is it on the other
side?
Other side.
Yep.
To the right, on the right side of the box, there is a private room. Looks like there's a terminal there. My guess it's his.
You think we need a rope for that? Or can we take the stairs?
Same floor.
Okay.
Tell you what, new guy. We'll get in there. You get 10 minutes. If that doesn't work, we're taking his arm.
Are there any
Okay.
guards outside the door of that?
There aren't, because it looks like you would have to pass by the two guards that are
At the front?
at the front
Yeah.
in order to get through the main dining room and then to the far side that looks like that private venue. So you'd have to walk by Guru,
Yeah.
which, I
Who
mean,
knows? Yeah.
it's an open area where people are eating. There are other tables with other guests. So it's not unusual for people to be coming and going,
Yeah.
but it would be noticed
To keep going.
if you kept going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are either of you guys good at stealth?
Actually, yes.
No.
No.
I haven't been out in the.
You're the guy we need in there.
Are there any open tables on that side of the room?
Yeah.
Fuck, just get a table at least. Just fucking standing here like a bunch of fucking muppets. Come on.
The three of you walk over, and on the table is a kind of open menu that you can order anything you want from. Again, VIP has its perks.
I say, I got an idea. I click on the comm. I say, hey, we're going to make a play. You cover me?
I got you.
All right. Click it off. I say, I'll distract Goro. The two of you get in there and use that terminal. If that doesn't work, I look at Mister. I say, you come back and we cut that fucker's arm off.
Yeah, buddy.
Make a move.
Yuri now has his sights like dead on the head of one of the guards outside of the door.
Okay.
I walk into the. Start walking right towards the dining hall.
It's open access.
All right. I kind of walk as if I'm going to walk past Goro, and then I stop. And I say, I know you.
He looks up from his conversation. It looks like he just shut off his agent. He looks in a bad mood. He goes,
That's good.
everyone fucking knows me.
All right, Choom, let's fucking go.
I mean, I saw you on a brain dance.
He an eyebrow raises, and you see him take a quick assessment of his company, and he makes some sort of decision, and he says, and what the fuck of it?
Well, I was doing a little, little boxing, doing a little match. Look over, I see you watching, then bam, lights out. I guess I didn't do too good.
That's what happens in a fucking fight. What do you want?
Wasn't here though.
Of course it wasn't here. He doesn't even explain the fact that this is sanctioned fighting below. You know that the brain dancing is illegal.
Yeah.
What do you want, a fucking refund? Get in line.
You're kind of an asshole, huh?
I'm busy right now. And
I look around, I say, don't look that busy.
he stands. And this is, how tall are you?
Probably like 5'8" or something. Yeah.
He towers over you. He's almost, you would guess, between 9 and 10 feet tall. Let's pause there for a second before Jake dies. What are Switch and Mister doing?
Switch looks over to Mister and goes, "Now we go." And then
You haven't gone yet?
as all of the heads turn to watch as Goru rises, we just slip up from that table and into that back way.
Make stealth checks for me.
10.
13.
Okay. You guys make it through, but Mister, you notice the two guards that were at the entrance to the dining hall, one is already like, he's talking on an earpiece or something, and he's making his way over to where Guru is now standing and talking to Surat. The other one has just seen the two of you walk into the other room, and he's kind of he sees you and does like a double take, like he's trying to assess who you are and whether you belong here.
Yep.
And he's kind of paused while he's probably on comms trying to figure some shit out because a lot of things are happening at once, but he noticed you.
Okay.
Okay, but he hasn't made a move to come after you yet.
All right, Choom, update. You got 3 fucking minutes, not 10. Go.
I start running.
You run across this room. It's more of like a luxury lounge, similar to the other one, but more private. And there is a terminal access near a bunch of different screens that are all currently on, even though there's no one in the room. Most of them are of different parts of the building or of the fight itself.
Okay.
And Yuri.
Yeah, I kind of see the guards from the door start to take notice. And they already know this, but I say, Switch and Mister, you have been tagged.
And as you say that, you see that guard that spotted them saying a few more things. You can see his mouth moving, and then he begins to walk across. He doesn't have a lot of urgency. He's keeping an eye on Guru, but he's walking across the dining hall now towards the other VIP area.
Yeah.
Surratt.
Damn, how tall are you? This is where you're supposed to say, I'm 9'9", and then I say, damn, I didn't know they stack shit that tall. That's the joke. I can't do the joke if you don't set me up.
He doesn't even say anything. He lunges at you, all 4 arms.
Oh, boy.
Oh, shit.
Why don't we roll for initiative?
Oh, boy.
Nice.
19 for
I got
Yuri.
also got a 19.
23.
A 20 for
Let me write this down.
Switch.
Oh, damn.
23 for Switch.
Natural 19 on the die.
No.
23 for Mister.
Okay, I'll go around. Devin, what did you get?
A 20. And then the other 2, I think.
Matt?
23.
23 for Mr. Surratt.
19.
19, and Yuri.
19. I have a +3 dex.
I have I use my wisdom.
Okay.
No, I have a +4 wisdom.
So it will be...
Yuri just wasn't ready for this amount of violence to happen.
much faster.
I mean, 19 is still,
Yeah.
hopefully we're higher than all of them.
You are. So go ahead. Why don't we kick it off? We'll kick it off with Matt with a 23. Right now, you're standing kind of just inboard of the dining hall or outboard of the dining hall in the VIP area.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear over your comms that there is a security guard walking across the hall or the dining hall. You turn and you make eye contact with him.
With the security guard?
Yep. He looks like he's holding up a finger to like try to talk to you, but he's still probably a good 40 feet away.
I'm gonna make hide action, but I'm really already have been hidden. But I'm just gonna roll my stealth check
Sure.
for you.
Mister is he'll put his hand up like in response, and he'll give like a thumbs up, and then like a single finger like 1 minute, and he'll start like slowly walking back towards that security guard.
Okay. Why don't you make a you have persuasion or
I have none of those things.
just make a charisma roll for me.
19.
Okay.
Whoa!
All right.
18 plus 1.
Yeah, sometimes the Sims work.
He in response to like seeing you come back, he stops like where he is so that he can watch what's unfolding with Guru.
Yep.
So he in his mind he's waiting for you to come to him.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm going as slow as I.
Yep. He's kind of got half his attention.
Yeah, there's a escalating situation.
Yes, there is. And Switch.
Switch is clacking away at this terminal. He doesn't jack in first. He's looking for any black ice or any countermeasures.
Make a roll for me.
Computers?
Yeah.
12 on the die for a... I gotta write these down. They don't give us a spot to
Yeah,
write
They
down.
do give you a spot. You just have to write small.
Take that.
Yeah.
18.
18. You know that this terminal is probably his personal terminal, so you know that the password to get in might take you a minute. So we'll say that you don't think that there's any immediate threat to you to jack in, but you are going to need some sort of security elements. So, do you begin that process?
No, I
Okay.
noticed this, and then just for a moment, he thinks about that watch that Yuri told us about, and he has this sneaking suspicion that this dude might be like everyone else, where they get the latest version of that agent watch every time it comes out, and he's gonna move towards if there's like a desk area or like an old like bank of cabinets or drawers or filing cabinets, things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to get your iPhone 297.
Yep.
Whatever.
I'm gonna
one
find the
they're on.
iPhone 296 that
Yep.
he has stored somewhere.
You begin searching his desk. Why don't you make a search check for me, and we're going to bounce over to Sir Rat.
So there was another guard approaching, right?
Yes, but he's probably about 30 feet away.
Okay, perfect. I'm assuming I'm engaged.
Yep.
I am going to disengage
Okay.
as a bonus action.
Okay.
I'm going to run away from him, but run towards that guard and kind of stop when I get to that guard, knowing that he's going to just chase me and try to punch me.
Yes.
But that's okay. That's part of my plan.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do the dodge action.
Okay. That you sprint off towards the other guard.
And then I kind of stop like I'm cornered, and I like look back at him.
He is advancing on you. He hasn't. He doesn't have an opportunity to go yet, but he looks like that. He was expecting to kind of grab you before you left, and you almost felt one of his hands brush you as you sprinted away, and now he is kind of walking implacably towards you, knowing in his mind that you have nowhere to go. Let's go to Yuri.
Yeah. I train my gun on my sniper rifle on Goro as he advances on Sir Rat, and I will take a shot.
Oh boy.
First round fire.
Yeah, go ahead and take a shot.
I got a 15 for that stealth, by the way.
Okay.
So I have the vanish ability, which means as a reaction when combat starts, I can hide.
Okay.
Do you have advantage for being hidden?
I don't know. Do I?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure.
D&D, so
I imagine it must.
Okay.
At the very it wouldn't be a surprise. He's in combat, but the source is a surprise.
Doesn't matter anyways. I got a 22. Boom.
Yes, go ahead.
7.
So what happens? And that's a PV4, right?
PV4, yeah.
You shoot, knowing that you are possibly about to kill Guru. The shot is kind of trained right on his neck, actually on the center mass. It's an easy target.
Yeah.
And you pull the trigger, and do you have a silencer or anything?
Yeah, silence.
You hear the pff, and anyone watching, they don't hear anything. They just see the glass spider web, but it doesn't break it. So no one has actually even noticed what you've done, except there's a couple of guests that are kind of like looking around, trying to figure out why the glass
I
broke.
imagine Goro's coming towards me, and like behind him, we just see the fucking
Yep,
yeah.
yep, the glass spider web behind him. And top of the round.
You hear,
Oh, no,
no,
excuse me. No, Goro
you
gets
hear Yuri. Shit,
so
the glass is bulletproof.
keep shooting it.
Shooting.
He has disadvantage.
He has disadvantage.
Yeah, that's what dodge does.
That's pretty great for you, because he's got a lot of arms.
I figured he had multiple attacks.
Your
17.
oh my god!
Yeah, probably as high as it gets.
And he comes and he reaches for your neck very clearly with one arm, as the other one is reaching for your torso. That's how big his hands are. That he's just reaching for bodily parts. But as he reaches for your neck, you kind of just ever so slightly tilt your head, and it misses, and he kind of seems surprised by this. He's so big that he's somewhat, no matter how powerful he is, he's somewhat slow moving at the moment. And then he reaches for your torso, and you kind of jog back a few steps. You know that security guard is somewhere there too.
So Dan, I'm actually going to use an ability.
Okay.
When he misses me,
Yep.
I can use a reaction to make him hit an opponent within 5 feet.
Amazing.
Nice.
Sweet.
That lower one, rather than a grab for your body, let's say that he was going to grab you by the neck and punch you in the solar plexus. And so that punch misses and hits the security guard squarely in the chest. And you see the security guard crumple.
Nice.
Yep.
I'm going to use another ability.
Oh my God.
When I redirect an attack, I can then make a special attack against the person.
Nice.
I'm going to
dude.
try to trip Goro.
Okay, go for it.
So obviously he's going to use strength athletics.
Yep.
But I get to use wisdom athletics.
Ooh. You didn't roll well.
I didn't even. I got a 12.
He rolled a 9, but he has a +5 strength.
Yeah.
So that's a 13.
Close.
Or 14, excuse me.
Close.
Not by much. You see it hit his arm, or you hit his leg in what you think is a pretty good sweep attempt, but it just stays inert. His eye kind of twitches as you hit the back of his Achilles, but otherwise seems unfazed. And
And I laugh at him.
the security guard now that is has now completely forgotten about you and has pulled out a handgun.
Cool.
Yep. He holds his action. He's actually going to wait because right now Goro is center mass right behind Surat. You see the guard start to sweep to the side to get a better shot on him.
Okay.
And top of the round, it's your action, Mr. Matt.
Mister is going to reach into the pocket of his jacket and put on his pair of brass knuckles and then just sprint at the back of the security guard and do like a flying Superman punch with brass knuckles to the back of his head.
All right, go for it. I'll give you advantage. He is fully, his attention is fully trained on what's in front of him.
That's a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Max damage, 10.
He reels from this hit. You get him clean you can see his face split, and you see metal underneath. Clearly, whatever he has on his face is some sort of skin graft, but you hurt him badly.
Sweet.
He's now kind of reeling to the side, and he's going to try to bring his gun to bear on you. And next is Switch.
Switch radios Yuri. Says, Yuri, it's getting loud out there.
I'm trying.
I'm looking for another agent device that he might have.
You pull a drawer, and it's locked.
Has there been any gunfire yet?
None that has been audible.
He's thinking about options. Fuck it. He runs back over and jacks into the terminal.
Awesome. Make a use computer security check for me, and we'll come back to you. And let's see, Surat, you have just Muhammad Ali stung like a butterfly. The other way around.
The guard's down.
The guard is down. You know that whatever kind of force is behind Guru, you do not want to get hit.
I'm kind of dodging attacks, and I open a comm to Switch, and I say, Switch, please tell me I can get out of here.
You can do anything you want to do.
Fuck you. And I pull a can of spray paint off of my bandolier, and I'm basically going to treat it as pepper spray.
Excellent.
So
You gonna look that up?
I wrote down the page number. Basically, it's an attack. It does a little tiny bit of poison damage, but it has a chance to blind him.
Excellent.
So I spray him in the eyes with spray paint.
Yeah, why don't you make an attack, and then you can look up the effect.
I got it right here.
Okay.
Yeah. So first I got to hit.
The corpos put lead back into the paint.
Probably not going to hit. An 8.
That misses. You spray kind of up towards his face, and he has already taken kind of this surprising duck maneuver where it looks like he's about to bull rush you with all four arms.
I say signature.
And
then as a bonus action, I'm going to dodge.
good call. Devin, what did you get on your use computer?
So the security skill, would
Yep.
that qualify?
Absolutely.
I have a big bonus to that. I rolled a 17 with my expertise in security. That is a 25.
Guru apparently doesn't use very good passwords. That
Fucking
is
tube boomers, dude.
you run a patch to start working on the combo, and within about 8 seconds, it has broken its way through, and you are into his own private terminal. Think about what you want to search for, and we're going to jump over to Yuri.
Yuri racks another bolt or another round and tries to aim specifically where he hit the first time.
Okay. Why don't you make another shot? Tell me what you got.
Sorry, advantage for this?
No,
okay.
No advantage, but I'll give you +2.
Okay. 18.
Okay. You think that? I mean, you take this shot. You feel like it's got to be close. What do you do for damage?
12.
The panel that you hit
Yeah.
collapses. So now you're kind of ducking and weaving or around Guru, and you see you hear the glass break, Jake, this time, and it falls to the floor. But you didn't actually hit him with the round, but it did bring down the glass. So Guru's turn. No, another miss.
Clumsy.
Double sixes. Yeah, that's another 2 misses. You see him kind of scream in frustration as, for some reason, he's done a fair amount of fighting himself.
Sorry, add 6 to the damage I've done to that because
Okay.
I didn't know you add your ability modifier to damage.
Got it. Essentially, you just use those 2 rounds to
Yeah.
shatter the glass. You now have a clear shot.
Yep.
Guru swings kind of wildly at you, tipping over a table. Guests are kind of screaming and scattering. Still, no one is quite sure what's going on because they haven't heard an active gunshot. But the glass is broken, and there's this kind of this fight breaking out in the middle of the dining hall. The security guard is going to take a shot at you, Matt.
Cord.
What's your defense?
15.
All right. He rips a shot off, and it's going to catch you, and it does 5 points of damage.
Okay. Little grazer.
He's still, as he kind of pulls and pops the shot off, you're in such close range that's probably why he hit, because he's clearly lost sight in one eye as the blood's kind of pouring over his head. But because you're so close to him, the shot grazes your arm as he rips the shot off. Top of the round. It's your turn.
Was his round silent? Was his weapon silenced, or was it loud?
It is officially gone hot.
Okay. Mr. kind of takes a couple steps back as that round grazes his arm, and he looks down at it and goes, "Oh, you want to fucking dance?" And he reaches into his jacket and he pulls out Jane and Fonda,
Amazing.
his dual SMGs, clicks the safety on both of them and burst fires at this guy, and just from both weapons lets off 3 rounds each.
All right.
No disadvantage or anything like that. I'm close, but I don't have to worry about anything like that.
No.
First one is not great. Second one's a 20. First one is only a 14.
14 is what you needed.
Oh snap! So burst fire it's increased damage, but I didn't.
Isn't burst fire at disadvantage?
No, it's increased damage.
Increasing. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and because I have the signature weapon, I get to remove one tag of
I
disadvantage.
see. Yeah, because these guys have burst fire as well, but they make it at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just got to look up damage for burst fire.
While you're doing that, let's switch over to Devin with Switch. You are scanning through for that Zone 6 security footage, security override, and fires. Okay. What you find, I got it. I'm reading your note. You find basically a file that says dancing videos. And you know that that's probably all of his files for the illicit brain dancing fighting. You know that with these files, you could probably get a GPS tag off of them, but you do not have time to do that now. Let alone search. There's probably about 30 or 40 on there. It's hard to get. You see down at the corner of the file, there's 34.
I'm just
We're
gonna
gonna take a kick
rip 'em.
off and then find out it's all porn.
Yeah. Does he have any porn on there too?
Yep.
I'm gonna rip just a bunch of stuff.
It's oddly everything has multiple limbs. Like
And he obviously labels these like as sort of dull as he is with this stuff. He still has all the folders labeled like very clearly what they are. It's great.
Yep. Very useful. And you do see there is the fire suppression. You see information about it, that they have it in the building, but the actual access to it is you'd probably have to log out of the terminal and log into their security.
Don't have time for that.
Nope.
Can I at least find out where it is?
Yes, there are. You know, another option would just be to go and pull a fire alarm.
Yeah, or set a fire.
Yep, that too. So those are your options. One thing I'm also going to give you, because you rolled a 25, right, for your
Yes.
security. You get a quick layout of this whole place. You know the nearest fire exit is through the back of the banquet hall, and it goes out the side of the building. And switch over to Surratt. Oh, wait, go ahead.
I got damage. So Jane did 14 damage, and Fonda did 10.
You, as you kind of pull out both guns and you draw them on him, the one that you kind of let float puts a hole through that you can see through the side of his head, and the other one blows his kneecap out in case you had missed with the first shot.
Yeah. So it's 6 rounds that fly out from
He
them
is
and
beyond dead. And now there's screaming, and Yuri, from
Yeah.
your vantage point, you see security starting to run along the gangways.
You hear on the comms, half a dozen on the way. Hurry. Get out of there now.
And we're at Surratt.
All right. I say, did you get it? Do I need the arm?
We're good. Fire escape.
I'm
I
a little
am
sad that you don't need the arm.
I'm very sad.
I am going to disengage as a bonus action,
Okay.
and then I'm going to run and jump through that broken window.
Oh my God. Okay. Out you go.
Actually, before I do that, because I have the attack action that I'm not going to be using, before I leave, I say something to remember me by, and a claw comes out of my hand, and I'm going to try to cut him.
All right. Make a roll.
13.
You connect, but you connect with metal.
I laugh and I just kind of like roll past him.
As he's
And-
grabbing for you, which he cannot grab hold of you when you're on the move. And
then
out the window
I
you
jump
go.
out the window.
All right. Batman. Jesus Christ. And then
What floor are we on?
we are on the third floor.
Okay.
So it's about a 40-foot drop. Maybe actually a little less because you're probably going to land in the fighting room.
Okay. Shit.
Yep. So for damage, I'll just say D6 for every floor
D6 for
past
10, right?
10. So I'll call it 2d6.
That should be fine.
Yep. 5 damage.
All right. I have a damage reduction 15 from falling because I'm a monk.
There you go.
So I'm used to falling off buildings.
The floor has a little give to it as you hit the mats. There are, as you roll to a stand, there are 2 people just absolutely smashing one another in open combat who don't seem to pay you any.
I tap one of them on the shoulder. I say, where's the exit?
You see him like look over you, and then he gets cold cocked as the other guy sees the opening.
Excuse me, where's the exit?
The brawl is just like scrambling across the floor now, and you can see that there are people who are now screaming though because they've heard the glass is broken, and there are security men running throughout the building. There's still a lot of confusion. Yuri?
Yuri is going to try to waylay any security guards that are close to that VIP section.
Okay.
So I need basically target the lead man running in the pack and try to get them to get pinned down.
Yeah, make a roll for me.
If I'm unseen, I do have advantage on this.
Okay. You got an advantage. Someone swings a spotlight over to you.
No. Only a 14.
14 is what you need.
Okay.
And Devin, what is Switch doing now that he's got the files?
Switch is
12 damage, by the way.
All right. You see him stumble as he grabs his arm. You got him pretty square in the shoulder. And now there's a bunch of security guards that are now trying to get cover and looking at you. Like, some of them take a couple of pot shots. They don't know where you are. But they're just ripping off shots.
Yep.
Devin?
Switch is making his way towards the fire escape.
Okay.
If there is, in fact, maybe one of those, like a fire alarm on the, like right outside, right next to the fire door, he'll pull it. If it's not, he just goes through. He pushes the bar and opens the door.
There's no, the alarms are already going off, or some sort of security alarm. So they're trying to get people out of the building. So at this point, you've got a pretty easy access.
If I ever cross, like we're through an area with people, I'll yell fire. Fire!
It's illegal to field fire in the Colosseum.
Mister, what do? You see Switch run for the fire
Just
exit.
leave you.
But you also see Guru take about 6 or 7 bounding steps and leap through the window.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Shit, I thought I was out.
Yep.
There's
Thought
no
it
more
was out of
security
combat.
guards up here, right?
What's that?
There's no more security guards up in this VIP area.
No, there's the one you just killed, and
The one Goro killed.
the one Guru killed with a punch.
Mister is gonna tuck Jane and Fonda back into his coat.
You get down here, boy.
And he's gonna he's gonna make his way to the edge, and he's gonna look over and start like making his way down from the VIP room.
Okay.
But looking down over the edge to just watch the beauty that is about to unfold down there.
You see absolute mayhem. So
But I'm
there's-
trying to like be stealthful, like blend in with the crowd.
There's no problem there
Yeah.
because you know that security is probably looking for you, but the amount of people who are now flooding out of this place, it's so hard. You see a security guard make eye contact, and he's trying to like point you out, but you quickly get swept away as they're also trying to take cover from wherever the shot came from Yuri.
Sick.
Jake, Surratt is kind of swaggering off the main stage.
I'm like waving, like I'm out. I'm out.
Make
Later.
a dex saving throw for me.
I'm good at those.
Yeah, you probably are.
Not that good. I haven't rolled. 9.
You are, what's the best way to put this? Squashed. As Guru lands on top of you. Take, let's see.
Oh, like he fell on top of me?
Yes. He made an aerial attack.
Death from above.
Yep.
Flying Brian Pillman
Well,
from the top rope.
He took some damage, right?
Yes, he did.
So did I, though.
Take 14 points of damage, and he's going to take some other stuff. Okay. He, fortunately for you, though, I'm going to make a roll here. I'm going to say he can't hold on to you. He lands as two hands come and hit you kind of square in the shoulders, and in the back, he's got the two hands kind of clasped together. And it sends you kind of sprawling across the arena as he uses his other two hands to kind of catch him as he kind of crouches into position and then stands on the arena. That was Guru. Top of the round. Matt, you're making your way out?
Down to the bottom.
Okay.
Fighting.
To the arena, right?
Yeah.
To help me, right?
Yes.
You're gonna you're pushing through the crowd now. You've got a little urgency as you just saw Guru crush Surat as he kind of went sprawling across the combat area. And Switch, you're on the stairs outside. There are other people now. When they saw you open the door, there are other people kind of in line with you, kind of flooding out. You making your way with the crowd?
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen. He has what he came to get.
Uh-huh.
He wishes the best for the others.
Okay. Best wishes.
True edge runner.
Send that in a card to him.
So our main party's going to be the ones that actually act on the information.
Now, Yuri. No, Surat.
Yeah, Surat.
Excuse me, Surat. Go ahead.
I stand up, I spit out some blood, and I say, so this is what we're doing? And then two claws come out on both hands.
He,
It's like Baraka from Mortal Kombat.
you see him smile.
So I have an ability. I have tough hero training, so I took a little bit less damage. But I'm gonna the way it works. I get a bonus to hit if I took damage from the opponent.
Oh, cool.
So I think the way it works is it's like a kinetic energy thing. So like those metal bands on my arms start to glow when the claws come out.
Nice.
And I attack him.
Go for it.
You hear fight as the literal Mortal Kombat fight
I can
happens.
probably not take another attack from him. But I'm gonna flurry of blows him.
Mecha Goro versus.
What an irresponsible use of cybernetics.
Does an 18 hit?
It does.
All right, then they all hit.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
32.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Three hits.
All
with
of
really
your-
high damage.
He might get that arm anyways.
Yeah, right.
And then I have a thing. If he's up.
He is still up.
All right. So then because I hit him with a flurry of blows, I can try to trip attack him.
Okay.
So it's going to be an opposed athletics check.
Didn't roll great.
And I get to use wisdom, so that's a
Get a 13.
20.
Down he goes.
And then I move like maybe 20 feet back, and I kind of like put my claws up to the crowd and like start strutting around the ring. My goal is to get far enough away that he can't stand up and attack me.
Yep.
But I'm trying to show off when I do it.
The irony is almost no one is watching.
It's so unfortunate.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate. You're like, this is my moment.
Mister's watching.
Yeah. And you,
Are you recording, Jake?
Yeah, oh, definitely.
he's screaming because he's now bleeding from multiple lacerations. What you were able to do on that, that grazing attack that you made against him was enough to know where kind of his metal started and ended, and the cuts that you made were all into flesh.
Well, it was the bonus to hit that made me hit.
Yeah, that was awesome. You needed a 17 or better. So
Damn.
he is now struggling to stand, or I should say he's rolling over to stand. Someone who has clearly been bloody.
I'm acting very cool, but I'm like, on the comm, I'm saying, I'm saying, I need someone help.
Yuri.
Yuri takes aim at this behemoth in the middle of the floor of the Colosseum center mass, maybe where I see some blood coming out.
Sure.
And he takes a shot.
Go for it. You have advantage, right?
Yep. Oh man, awful. Yeah, I miss. It's a
Tough. What ends up happening is as Guru he's lying there, and you think you have an easy shot, and just as you go to squeeze the trigger, he rolls up kind of suddenly like a fighter would.
Yeah.
To get going again, and Jake, Surratt is, he's holding his hands up, trying to catch his breath. You're feeling pretty good, and then you see that bullet hole appear on the mat, but you know it didn't hit, obviously.
Damn. Silent bullet hole.
Yep. And it's top of the round. You have reached the ground floor, mister, but you're still pushing against the crowd if you're going to get to the arena.
Yeah, he's moving for the arena.
All right, after this round, you'll be there.
Is there a door to get up and down from the arena from where I am?
No, think about the actual octagon, like UFC octagon. It's kind of just the stage is in the center.
Yep.
And it's just clear walkways up to it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting down, kind of trying to get a clear shot on the big guy, but also to get to Surratt to get him out.
If you want, you could take some shots this round if you kind of go out into the seats, but you won't be at the cage.
All right, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Then yeah, if there's seats that I can get on.
Sure.
Mister's running down, and he jumps up onto a pair of seats and pulls out Jane and Fonda and lays suppressive fire down.
Okay. Roll. Suppressive fire is
Just
automatic,
happens, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Guru, you see him throw up two of his cybernetic arms to kind of deflect his vitals as he kind of runs for cover.
Sweet. So as those shots start peppering out from his SMGs, he's gonna yell to you, "Let's get the fuck out of here!"
As you finish that sentence, gunfire starts coming down.
He has half move. He has 10 feet to move to get to cover.
Yep.
If he can't get to cover, he'll be hit by the burst fire.
Okay.
And he's already prone. He hasn't got up yet.
Well,
right?
I think that was his turn.
He had rolled to the top, or he had rolled up. And I actually hadn't.
So wasn't actually his turn yet,
yeah.
though.
No, I think he
I
goes at
missed
the
his
end.
turn.
Well, no, did you? Because he gets up. Well, getting up is half your move.
Half your move.
I don't know what it
Yeah.
He couldn't reach you, so he was. I'll say that he was charging you.
Okay. Yeah.
And he redirects as Matt opens fire. So he's diving for cover now as you open fire. As soon as you open fire, there are now shots coming from the balconies.
Yep.
Coming down towards you. You're kind of in an open position.
Okay.
So you did get your suppressive fire off, but if you want to stay where you are, you're going to take damage at the end of this turn.
Yeah, no, once he gets Guru to redirect,
Yep.
he's dipping back down into
right.
the crowd to continue on to Surratt.
The shots don't stop, and people around you in the actual the group are getting hit. Just
Sucks
so you
to
know.
be them.
Sucks to be them. And Devin, you're out. We're going to say you're out of initiative now. And Surratt,
is there an exit?
there is an exit. You can probably hurdle the cage, or you can go through the door on the far side.
I try to climb the cage.
You're up and
Get out
over. Very easy for someone as athletic as you are. And now you can hear shots kind of ringing off the chairs and the pathway that you're running down. Actually,
17.
I think there's a moment where Switch looks back against the flow of the crowd and looks at the door and thinks about going back, and then he just hears like just a hail of gunfire, and then turns around.
Take 7 damage, Jake.
7. All right, I take 2 less.
And Yuri.
Yuri sees that the group has basically exfiltrated it now. He grabs his sniper rifle and briefcase, doesn't bother putting it, disassembling, obviously. Runs over to the smoke grenade tripwire, pulls it out, pulls the pin, and throws it down at where Yuri is. Guru is, and then starts heading down. I basically use my move action and dash. My attack action is throwing the grenade down there.
All focus has been pulled from your area.
Yeah.
They are swarming, and
Just trying to get Guru to not be able to know where
now it looks
to
like
go.
there's an actual fire.
When they do when they try to figure out what the fuck happened, they're going to be like, they stole an old iPhone?
Or he was trying to. They'll see the security footage of him working at the drawer. You guys leave the Colosseum smoking, and there is people screaming. There are some emergency vehicles flying in. You see some troops that are quickly dispersing. That looks like one of the insurance companies.
Some of the VIPs, I'm sure, had coverage, right?
Absolutely, med coverage.
Med coverage, yeah.
So there is an influx of helo vehicles coming in, but you guys are able to kind of slip through the crowd and out into Night City, and that's where we'll stop.
Nice.
Sweet.
All right.
Used all my focus. So hope we're not doing the rest of this tonight.
Thank you for listening to Red Rising, a cyberpunk misadventure. Of course, we are forever grateful if you can leave us a review, or if you have a chance, share our stories with others, whether it's on socials, subreddits, a bullhorn, or a whispered secret. Check out our website for all your burning questions and eager updates. And don't forget, we have a separate D&D podcast because we're super nerds. Our intro music was a Wilhelm Scream. The theme song is Neon Drifter by Antti Martikainen. All scores by Antti Martikainen and Data Soundscapes. Their YouTube channel is Spacewave CR. Check them out. Thanks for listening. Don't forget, hack the planet.
That's nasty.